Heyo, Cool Skeleton 111 here. How y'all doing? Alright, well today we're getting back into Ace Attorney. So right now I believe we are... I don't remember what we were doing. All I know is that we are examining a crime scene and Edgeworth's car has some evidence in its muffler. Well, we'll just have to figure that out once we get into it. So, are you ready? Here we go! Hooray, we have sound! Great! Alright, let us continue. Also, please be prepared for some very awkward voice acting. I will forget most of the voices I've already gave them. Woohoo! Alright. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright?
What?
Are the trials always like this to you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface. No matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in a quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn the trial round, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny, insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Wow, it's a cowboy guy. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's why they told me, when I was a youngin' at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look, see how long the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the whole branch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worried about chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with the scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. I saw it that day. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edward seen it too. tie-breaking. What does that mean? A photograph taken at the crime scene. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken?
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you just gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-wee! February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That broad brow. These grinding teeth. Those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me? Knock knock? Hey! Who's there? Who are you? What's with this guy? A strange puffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey! The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in!
Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you! Blank? Oh, sorry I'm late, Archie. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, hey, Archie. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been busy. Busy smizzy, Archie, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Gee. Seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? Sorry about our little worthy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime, surely. Little worthy?
Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
Name's Gad, Gad. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
Sorry, to what do we owe you this honor? Say, it's been over 2 years since you last came to the schoolroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. It's just... I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler!
So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Withy's car, no less. What? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing this is. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth!
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuse. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look into this document, where it says, person in charge of investigations. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth?
That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award? I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at that blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well... I think all you have to do is push that switch, and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on! Just hurry up and open it!
I am not doing anything. It is automatically going over to it. Alright, I guess we examine the knife. This says...
There's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say... SL92.
What does that mean?
Well... I've heard something similar. DL6... of DL6 incident fame...
But it's strange.
Huh? What is it?
I'm not certain. But I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this. Or letters that looked a lot like this. Somehow.
Bop.
Don't scare me like that!
I'm the one who's scared!
Look at that knife blade! The tip is broken off!
And the stark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife, added to the court record.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police? And this knife?
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one. Really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department scene. What a mess! The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush information, Archie. We can't exactly have it announced yet.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15.
That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order!
Anyway, we at the police department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Department in disorder. Let me take a look at this again. Wait a minute. If you flip this around, that'd be 221. SL9? Okay, I'm gonna save here, just in case I get it wrong. I think this is it. Wait a second!
At last, an honest-to-good objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? An honest-to-good, what do you mean, Ramaji? This is great!
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7 is 12 divided by 2?
Your Honor, it's upside down. Called it.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's upside, right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
Yes, okay. That's the same thing that was written on this knife's tag. Order! Well, Chief. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing? Okay, and now I don't know where to go from here. I need to present some evidence. I guess I'll just have to press. So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Ah, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from the case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Alright, well, in that case, where is the muffler photo? No. No. Okay, we're gonna save again. And then I think I'm just gonna present the knife. I don't think that was it. No. Time to load. Again, if I do get stuck, I can use a walkthrough. I will allow myself. Also, you guys are allowed to backseat, too. How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I get to say anything I please, Righto. You understand? I don't understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife! What was it doing there?
I better check this knife out. Alright, I guess we just have to look at it again. Okay, can't do that. No. Nothing about the grease stain. Do I have to present the note? Nope, not the note either. Is that the shoe? It can't be the shoe, can it? Yeah. Nothing here. This, I think. Gosh darn it. The knife was found in the muffler. Alright. Do I have to talk to him more? I don't wanna. Alright. Walk through time. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
What do we want to know most? So he was killed. He was stabbed. So when? So when did the murder at the police department occur?
Now that's a sharp question, Righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this.
Okay, I think I did that wrong. We can press on it again. And then we can ask another one. Okay, so where? So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case that was stolen from the department's evidence room.
There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case.
With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. So now we can... no. I guess we just press on this. Chief. The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room.
There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
Why does his chin look like a shell? Is he a fish? Is that why he's saying a bunch of stuff about swimming?
You two make a good pair.
At least he's supportive of Wrightworth.
It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. You know what? Let's do the victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. It's not like we have an ID card with a number on it, but...
The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think...
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You see the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something? What does it tell you?
Da 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 da! Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, I got confused.
And this news is...
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
Police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places. 2 detectives murdered. at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number right here.
Woohoo! Is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney. Remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And this means what exactly? Wait! That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with an 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right again! The number of the chief of the police gave us was 584-2189.
Objection!
Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean?
Mean? And that's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence. The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh. Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait! Detective Goodman is our victim! He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot!
Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room, at the exact same time!
Objection!
That is impossible! So what you're saying is... the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Chief! No! What I want to know is... why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait! Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edward, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright! Where have we heard that name before?
Hello, Ritsu! Welcome in! How you doing?
Wait! Uh-huh! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
Oh, dang. That sounds exhausting. But I hope, other than that, it went okay. Hope you get something good to eat. Man, I wish I could just, like, send you guys food through the screen, just like, yeah, I made this, here you go, eat it up. Oh, dang. I mean, it's better than nothing. Alright. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got a report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right here on top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Blink. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
It's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you'd submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until the connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy. I was just doing my job. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edward! Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I regret one for the day, as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued.
Yes, I would most definitely like to save. What? Alright, already an hour in. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this? And the evidence room part?
Oops.
The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or at least try to.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
February 23rd. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body to be found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know that.
That oil drum. Was it empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never!
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all! It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. It is, and you can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff. Not drinking it.
Here. Look, I'll lend you these glasses.
You had an extra pair of those things? Whoa.
To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this. See? Press this button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
How exciting. No blood on the car. There is some on the ground. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain?
It's so...
Emma, you're shaking!
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay. Well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood. As if he was stabbed, he would be gushing. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean... Look at all this blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans where we find the bloodstains. Okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky.
We can be sure that the police will reveal all of their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. There's an unlimited amount. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Miss Star!
You only trust your own eyes? Not bad, you two. I hope you like bento, Rutsu. 'Cause, the stale deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that... It's just that kind of leading in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It was my fault.
Oh, we know.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry? You lied to this witness stand! That's unforgivable!
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw the Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear, on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you're a detective. Weren't you, Miss Star?
Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen.
Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go? Fired! I found that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. The SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on this case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transfer that very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay, well, we don't have that. Do we have to present both? Okay, can you please tell me more? No. Okay. Detective Goodman. I had one of those up until 2 years ago.
Back when you were the cop-up queen, right?
We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But... it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department.
That's impossible.
I wish I could be so sure. Nope. Alright, I think we're done here. Detention Center... February 23rd, Detention Center. Visitor's Room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning.
I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine?
How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder?
Let's come back here later.
Whee! February 23rd. Police Station. Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
Oh, it makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department's crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating.
Not the time, Emma!
But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead.
Please stop! I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Whee! February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got on the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Alright, I guess we go inside then. You. February 23rd. Evidence room entrance. Guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way. Oh,
What's wrong?
it's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need permission to go in there first. I don't think there's much else in here to look at. Nothing here. Not yet. February 23rd. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
Well, this place is as classy as Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Hedgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing.
Hmm?
I guess we'll have to come back. Work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use, and it's easy on the eyes. It's polished so high I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you. Alright, so nothing in here right now. I guess we gotta go back to Angel. Keep presenting stuff. Could you take a look at this? You! Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get this rich flavor.
We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing.
I knew it! So that's secret to their aroma. Exquisite!
The only thing I'm spilling here is wasted time. I'm just gonna present everything. A body with Edgeworth's knife stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car. I'd think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime?
Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect!
I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But eventually, I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Finally, we have something. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
Two years ago. It was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So,
they didn't solve it?
on the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, and the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? The criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait! Those lunches you sell.
There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me out. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Didn't someone say something about Salisbury steak? Steak lunch received from Miss Star.
Miss Star? Officer Marshall. Is he your, are you his... Are you going out?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases. He was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. Hello, Kintron. Welcome in. How you doing?
But now, he's so cool.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting this past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Ah, yes. Much criminal. We just wrapped up our first section of the trial. Still trying to figure out what's happening. Apparently 2 murders happened at the same time. She's a lunchbox lady. She gives out bentos to everybody. Alright, well, I suppose we have a delivery to make. Let us go over to... Oh. Well, after this. February 23rd. Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always.
Please. Huh?
Wasn't that... Oh.
Please! 1 steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe!
Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
I think I just heard heard the sound of his heart breaking. No!
Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence.
I want to give the lunch to him. The criminal? You mean...
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence, right, pal?
On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. There, stop topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Okay, bye.
Wait! Don't leave!
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over. So I figured he's down there having a good cry. Waiter!
He ran off to the evidence room!
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Let us go to the guard station. And I guess he's not here, so we're gonna have to go talk to the person first. No. February 23rd, Detention Center. Visitor's room. Jeez.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah. I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Ow!
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator?
I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say.
Greetings, sir.
Wait! I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins! So you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report?
No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! I know! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir. And so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir.
So normally there'd be a guard at the evidence room?
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then again, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's what I saw, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person indeed, sir. A suspicious person. What the heck is this guy doing?
So, what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I like that. And then, when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. The bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. After the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes, sir. If you had to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in the detention. And alive and well at that. Oh, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of life or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir,
don't you think you should just confess?
But sir, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were...
Huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then I looked down. I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I feel?
The victim's body disappeared? Jeez.
That's some story.
Perhaps showing him my Officer Meekins. This is for you.
I'm scared now, sir.
It's okay. I just wanted.
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. It was an apple, sir. In my dream, sir, and I was being peeled.
On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Okay, no more knives. Officer Meekins, could you look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Real sorry. But I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should go ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir?
He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Okay. As of right now, he only seems to have 3 dialogue options. Maybe he'll have more, but for now, let's go see if we can actually deliver the steak. Nope, not yet. Okay, so we're gonna have to get... Unless Edgeworth is back. I'll check one more time. We already got all the dialogue options from her. Edgeworth is not here, so we can't show him. So that means we need the last dialogue option from Meekins. And in order to do that, we're just gonna have to go through all of it! Yay!
Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey! That's it, sir! That's it!
That's what?
My head was a blank until this very moment. Sure, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of all of it.
This ID card?
Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Okay, so now we have... oh, okay. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a little lost David. Well, yeah. Here we go. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
What?
Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now! So I whooped and leapt at him! Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you, my own father's words, sir! What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Right.
So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card.
In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines.
But you still ended up here?
They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Videotape?
Well, on the security camera. A crime? My crime. The crime, I swear. Stand back. It's there. It's me. On the tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. I'm real sorry. I know my bad. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay, so now will it let us to February 23rd. Police station. Criminal Affairs Department.
Hey! Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk.
It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garage cans, bags, and coat pockets, hats, under a seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Grant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy! You know, they're doing a little inquiry committee on with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with that boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean.
There being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Gutman was stabbed in 2 locations at the time. Same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
No, Righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this is particular. Well, it's a little sensitive. And I can't talk about it.
wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, and one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, I can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
Oh? You saw that? Whoopsies! I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Sorry, Writer. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit...
The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
Either him or the Dancing Blue Badger. Okay, we'll come back to this. Right now we need to go see Edgeworth. Or I think Edgeworth? No, we need to go here. Or not. I guess Edgeworth is. To be honest, I'm a little confused on what we're supposed to be doing. No. Go here. Okay, I guess we need to talk to Gant more, because obviously he likes himself so much. Well, after we finish talking to Gant, I think we'll go and save. Present everything, and... Now... I don't think we can talk to... I don't think we can talk to Gumshoe, because it's not gonna let us do that outside. Stop. Is really this not working? Okay, I highly doubt the other stuff is... Let's see. We already got all those. Oh, sorry you had to see that.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, you see over there... That's Detective Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in that trash can.
Nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item. Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Alright. Just gonna try presenting this thing. Alright, well, I'm gonna save here. And let us go over to the crypt. Well, lots of things have happened. So, we figured out that there was the same person murdered in 2 different places, which seems impossible. Perhaps next time we will figure out what happens. Alright. But for now, let us see who there is to raid. Unfortunately, it appears there's no one to raid. So, with that being said, thank you guys, and I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye!